What is play? What is fun? Why do we need things, people, places, activities, etc., in order to make life more worthwhile? In order to feel like that we have a life worth living, we have a life that's vibrant, and we have a life that's aesthetically pleasing. Where did all this come from? And once we're adults, do we need to just cast it aside and work jobs, pay bills, take care of our families, and that's it? Are we able to do that without feeling a sense of boredom? And are we able to do that and receive and maintain a sense of freedom? These are the questions I've been asking myself lately, and I decided to delve into everything around me. People, places, things. There's that noun again. People, places, things, ideas. Definition of a noun, right? There's more to it than that. People, places, things, ideas all contribute to our quality of life and what we value in life and hold dear and hold precious to us. One of the things that I believe is essential to having a quality life is to have some fun, is to have some play. We know what that looks like when you're a child, but what does it look like when you're all grown up? When you've been an adult for many years and life has kind of torn you down? What do you do for fun? What do you do for amusement? And what do you do to be creative? I'm exploring what creativity is in the usual and not so usual sense. What sensuality is, what sexuality is, and why all of these terms are intertwined. This is going to be a video for the 18 and up. If you're under 18, I ask that you seek your guardian or your parents' instruction and advice in this video. Allow them to watch it first. I'm going to be talking about these things in a little bit different terms. We're going to delve into why sensuality and sexuality and play and fun are all intertwined and why we need them in our lives. A life without all these things is very jarring. It's very difficult to focus on the fun when you have other issues at hand that's constantly got you moving like this, constantly has you, back and forth, in and out, with no coping mechanisms, no hope in sight. I'm going to show you visually what this means as I continue further into this topic. As we walk through life without play, without amusement, without sensuality and sexuality, we have a difficult time. It can be jarring. It can go too fast. It can seem like everything just looks and feels the same. When we're in the act of creating, we require knowledge and tools. And creation can happen whether we're at work or at play. And sometimes play is work and vice versa. We can require machinery that takes special skill, years of experience, talents in order to break up and build something wonderful for ourselves. Having machinery and tools is a necessary thing, and collaborating is definitely necessary. Sometimes when we think of play, we think of sex. Sex is a form of play. Sex and play do the same thing. They help you to create something out of what at first appears to be nothing. But It's really all from the same source, the same energy, the same God. It all comes from the same place. And sometimes machinery can remind you of play and creation and sex. Bulldozers and other machinery of that type can make you think of these things. And when we're building something, and we say we're building something great, we have to ask ourselves, what are we building? What are we creating? How is that going to help all of mankind? And how is that going to be satisfying and edifying, not just to my own self, but to my higher power, to my society, to nature, etc. So we can take that boundless sexual energy that perhaps we're not putting to good use, meaning with another being in flesh form, and do other things with it. This is one of the many ways that adults play. While this is work for some people, meaning some people actually get paid to build something, to create something, if those people enjoy it, then it's play, because it doesn't feel like work. For people who enjoy their sexual energy, then that's play. It's not work to be sexual and sensual when you have a full, complete understanding of yourself as a sexual and sensual being, and what all that entails and what all that means. So it reminds me of what Napoleon Hill said in Think and Grow Rich. He basically says you can put, or he really advises for you to put your sexual energy into your work. It creates a more vibrant, a more dynamic experience for those who witness your work and the results of your work, and for you as the creator, as the worker bee. If you're feeling unfulfilled in your work, ask yourself if you're fulfilled as far as a sexual being. The two are connected. They're not two separate entities. Sometimes it feels like our sexual lives are just a far distant memory somewhere out there. But we have to make time, just as these two lovebirds did, to get together and express our sexuality, whether it's through mating, like these two birds are, or whether it's through your work, your fashion, your hair, your appearance, your overall expression of yourself. Find time to be creative and sexual. Once you have done that, you found the time to express yourself creatively, sensually, sexually, you're able to have more freedom in your life to be you, to express who you really are, and to be closer to your partner. You'll find yourself mimicking what he or she does. You'll be so in sync with each other once that has been expressed. Now that's just the lovemaking act that I'm referring to, but this is why collaboration is important in working and in creative endeavors in general. Collaboration allows you to get together with like-minded individuals and create something so vibrant, so mutually exclusive to anything else that's out there, that people will love it, they'll respect it, and it'll be in tune to what they're feeling, because you would have expressed the highest level of creativity that there is. Creativity can't just happen alone in a bubble by yourself. You've got to have other people around in order to be as creative as you possibly could be. And that's from your appearance to your work to your artistry, sports, etc. Be creative. Be you. In various ways, nature shows us how to be playful, creative, sensual, and sexual. A bird drops seed, the seed grows into a cactus, and the cactus grows ocotillo, or cactus flowers. Be creative. Be you. Just like an ocotillo that closes as the sun goes down, we have to be selective. We have to know when to be fully open and what conditions are right for being fully open in all of our expression. Creativity, play, sensuality, sexuality. Sometimes we can be partially open, meaning we're proceeding with caution, and other times we just know to completely close ourselves off as a way of protection. This is still being you. Why am I standing in the middle of grass, videotaping my shadow with the wind blowing through my dress? I know that's what you're asking yourself. I'm going to answer that question. I love playing. I love goofing around. I love dresses. I love wind. I love breezy days. And I love doing things that are unexpected. Some of this is what keeps me alive, keeps me functional, keeps me my most playful, my most creative, sensual, and sexual. I'm no different than you. We're all sexual beings. We're all made by the same creator, and that creator decided to give us these tools in our toolkit in order for us to be the full and complete expression of who the omnipotent one is. It doesn't matter what name you assign to the all-powerful, all-knowing one. Just know that we were made in the likeness and image of God. That's just the word I use. That's how I know and express that most supreme being. Even though I'm talking, my lips are moving. It was so windy that I'm adding audio. I wanted to spare your ears, and I wanted you to hear why I'm actually doing this video. We are becoming more conscious. The third eye is opening, also known as the pineal gland, and we're moving to a different dimension. This is evident throughout society with all that's going on. And this is worldwide, but with the transgender legislation that's happened in some of the states in the U.S., with people in pop culture stating that they're fluid and pansexual and asexual, etc., etc., there seems to be some confusion with some people regarding all of these terms, and they're not new terms. I just want to lend a voice. I just want to share in the knowledge of not just these terms, but just what it means to use that creative, playful, sensual, sexual force that you have within you for good. And not evil, but no, for good in your life, to be the full, complete expression of the omnipotent one, and to have a more joyful life. You know, when you're under a lot of stress, When you're having a lot of negativity in your life, that's the time that you really need to boost your playfulness, your creativity, your sensuality, and your sexuality. And often we do the reverse. We stop playing. We stop being creative. We lose our sensual selves. And we stop having sex. And even if we don't have it, we stop expressing any level of our sexuality. Some of us just go kind of numb. We're like the Walking Dead. Not to steal the show title. I'm not a fan or anything, but it's an excellent title. It's an excellent expression because that's how some people are. You don't want to die in the spirit or die in the soul before you die in the body. I believe your spirit lives on, but what I'm saying is you want your spirit to soar. You don't want it to float towards the bottom of anything. So stay tuned to my upcoming videos.